Fight with honor.
You asked for it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Curse of Rafam is... it's like 0 mana, deal 2 damage to face, if your opponent spends the 2 mana. And then sometimes your opponent doesn't care about the damage they take, because damage to face doesn't matter, it's all about the board control. Oh, that sucks for me. At least if he makes a guy, you can catch up.
Mind if I roll need?
It's kind of like making a guy. That actually needs to be sheeped. Yeah, that's too scary. I wonder if I give it too much respect. The other play would have been Kirin Mage Scarab, which I think is also bad. It's too dangerous. Ah, my 6-drop is so slow. Tomb Spider into Hungry Crab. Oh, that would be the dream.
Reporting for duty. Move quickly.
Oh, Lies Justice. Okay. He's got the plan. I'd love to kill the pilot Shredder. Probably doesn't reliably have another mech. Looks like all the juggles are pretty reasonable here. So I'll play this first.
It's getting hot in here.
Oh my gosh, that combo.
We have many secrets.
No secrets in the deck, no problem.
I am sorry.
You might feel a little tingle. Mind if I roll need? You might feel a little tingle.
What are we apologizing for here?
Stand ready.
Okay. No consecration means you don't have to apologize. The order is pretty good. Ooh. That's pretty good too. Do I want to break the runts? Probably. It's a runt fiesta.
None may steal our souls.
I really like the design of wobbling runts. It's like the most stats that you could put into a card while having the card be terrible. That's actually pretty impressive when you think about it. I'm sure you could make it a little bit worse in terms of stat layout. It could have been worse. But wobbling runts is pretty good as bad. Alright, do I want to draw a random beast or do I want to draw a card? I could draw Fireball. I could draw Dark Iron Dwarf. What random beast would I like? One's a 3/3, one's a 2/4. Does that even matter? So if I get no help, 2/2, 2/2, no, 2/5/1, 2/2, and I almost cleared the board. This is slightly better because I'm going to have an even amount of, I'm going to have an odd amount of mana available. Oh, I would have gotten the crab, that's too bad. I don't have any pirates in my deck, right? No, so it has to be turtle.
Time for a change.
If only I had turned 5 that into crab, that would have been a genius play. Alright, so assuming it's Avenge, this becomes a 5/4. Or that becomes a 4/3. I don't want that to happen. Only has one card left. Got some really good cards in my deck. I don't want to kill this on this turn. Could make this into a 4/4. So 5/4, 4/4. If I Fire Blast this one. Now, what I need to do is get guys out. Not kill anything yet. The next turn I start the killing. I actually should have probably played Zombie Chow there. I can't have Avenge hit Kraken, that would be terrible. It also could have been Noble Sack. I just always assumed they only pick, oh, that's good. Only Avenge. Actually, severely misplayed by Fire Blasting the Kraken there. If I Fire Blast the face, I have possible lethal next turn. Oops me.
Reporting for duty.
Well, it didn't matter. This turns out to be the better play, but it's usually the worst play. I can't play the Kodo and the Fireball. That sucks. Actually, I can play both the Kodo and the Fireball, and I will do that. Hey, the play that I did is actually ending up being better, but that's all. It's all variance. It was still a mistake to not do the face. It just turned out to be better. Just because the result ends up being better doesn't mean it was the right one.
Reporting for duty.
So you would prioritize killing the 3/5 over the 2/5, so I guess I'll trade this way.
It's time for a little blood. Reporting for duty. I'll put it on your tab.
Face! Wow. I appreciate his, that was probably the best play. I didn't even consider he would go face. Oh, well played. I'm not kidding. That choice to go face was pretty good since... No, it wasn't, because I would just use my 5/2 and a 5. It was pretty terrible. No, the reason why it was a misplay, and the reason why I Fire Blast my Amani Berserker, is then I can do 6 with the Amani Berserker plus a Fire Blast. Whereas if he sends the 7 6 into my 3/5. It's a 7/3, and it's a tougher trade. Totem Golem is like the zombie Jow counter. Guess I send 2 of my guys into the Totem Golem. It's almost like as countering as a 2/3 against. Oh my gosh, this totem. Oh, the agony. Here, we'll play on tempo then. I'll let him get the 4/3 instead of the 2/3. I can't afford to Fire Blast on this turn. I'll Fire Blast next turn, if he kills the 2/3. If he kills the 4/3, I'll play Coin Ethereal. That's scary. Scary enough to Fireball. He has to Overload, so he's getting good plays now, but he has to pay up the interest on this turn. If he Fire Elementals my Ethereal Conjurer, I'm going to have a bad time. Now a 2-drop, which beats a 5-drop, is also a bad time. I think normally I would have held the coin in the guy, because I'd be like, oh, the 3/2, I'll just kill it with my 2/4, but now that I played more tempo games, I'm like, okay, I'll give it to him. I can keep my 2/4 instead of having a 2/1. And I'm playing on curve next turn.
It's time for a little blood. It's time for a little blood.
I'm going to assume he has no Overload. Biter? Instead of Dark Iron Dwarf. Yeah. Oh, Wolf. Wolf's not actually that good. Mookless Champion? Do I want to go for a... He only has 2 cards left. I think I go for a this play instead. So I'm going to hit an Amani Berserker and then Fire Blast. So next turn could be Mookless Champion Fire Blast. But I think that's way too slow. Direwolf Alpha would allow me to... Maybe I just play Direwolf Alpha. It's a good tempo play. Alright.
Someone's out on me.
He can use the 2/3 to kill the 2/2, but he could already have used a 2/3 to kill a 2/2. So it might as well be this 2/2 and I'll Fire Blast. The reason I don't need to keep Mookless Champion is because he has 3 cards only, and I already have really late game cards. So it would just be winning more. No need to get that much value. It's more about the tempo right now. And that's the skill and discover cards. I think quite a few people would have chosen a different card there. In fact, I considered every single card there. I mean, of course you always considered every card, but I would argue that my choice was the only correct one. This is a tough situation right here.
You want it?
It was about tempo, and it turns out that getting the Mookless Champion would have been far too slow. Cone. The duplicate is too slow.
Someone's out on me.
Oh, that's a combo. That's an unfortunate overload card. I was hoping 6/3 would kill 6/6. Fire Elemental would be so devastating right now. But at least I would Suit Spear Cone of Cold. Might still do Suit Spear Cone. But this is Dr. 8, so I'll play Dr. 8. Hopefully no Hex. Wah. This is bad. So he has 17 damage. If I play Suit Spear, he uses Searing Totem to kill Suit Spear. I can't even Fire Blast this repeatedly enough. If I play any of the minions, he simply kills it with this guy. What if I Cone of Cold the middle? If I kill this, this slides over. That would be bad.
Time runs out on me.
I think the answer is this funny looking play here. Because I need a 4/4 to be able to kill this guy with the Fire Blast. I'm not even doing any damage to these because it just heals back to full, but I need to kill this Stormwind champion. Animated armor, yeah, that's probably better. I actually forgot that this was a 4/4 also. Well, actually, this card costs more mana, so this is arguably better. Oh my gosh, this totem. Well, I can get the Blizzard. That would be pretty good here. Oh, a little bit late. Yikes. Yikes, yikes. Well played.
Well played. You win.
Watch your back.
You asked for it.
These are some quality cards here. It's nice.
Choose soon.
It is our turn, scrub.
Yeah, beat it.
Oh, that's a scary first turn play, though. If I play Ghoul, he has to dagger, and he'll have a 2/1. But probably better to just do this. The Scarab kills the 2/1, but and then maybe does 1 damage to that, but that's not important because I'm gonna do 3 damage to it. The Ghoul also kills the 2/1, and it forces him to dagger, but forcing him to dagger didn't seem that important.
For the crusade!
Now we're gonna flip some coins.
I smell
Choose soon.
Could play animated armor, but Ghoul does the same thing. It would only be a question of, is Ghoul or animated armor the better card? And Ghoul has a more specific use, which would be here. Wow. Okay. That's aggressive. Unfortunately, I can't Fire Blast that, huh? Fine, we'll contest it a different way.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
He only has 2 cards left. It's not a lot of cards. I'm going to just sack the Jeweled Scarab. The other play is to play the Huge Toad, and it forces him to dagger into the Huge Toad, which would push him down to only playing a 4 mana card if he has a 5 or 6 mana card. Fairy Dragon Invulnerability really coming into play here. Animated Armor, Unstable Ghoul, that's very bad. So basically the question is Scarab or Toad. Toad's slightly better for tempo. He only has 2 cards, so should go for the tempo play. But yeah, these cards aren't that great. I think I go for Scarab.
Runs out on me.
What do I mean by a tempo play? If I play a huge Toad, then he has to dagger up and then kill the Toad. The thing is, this is the only turn where he can kill the Toad because this Ghoul is going to deal 1 damage to everything. So I decided to sacrifice the Scarab instead of letting him dagger my Toad.
Too soon.
But he daggered anyway, so it turns out this blade was better. But, I mean, it's a risk/reward kind of calculation that you have to do quickly.
Thank you.
Most likely he's going to use the dagger and the imp on the 4-2. If I can afford to play the 8 mana card, I should. Dagger on that might have still been better, so that the imp can break the shield. But we'll see what he's got up his sleeve.
For Blackwood.
Oh, okay. Well, fortunately I can Dark Iron Dwarf that. This is bad betrayal positioning. Been a while since I've played Arena.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here. It's time for a little blood. Depart, foul creature! We are the sword in the shadows.
My opponent might not know how to add, even without the enrage. Well, I've missed lethal like this before. It happens.
Well,
I must protect the one.
you asked for it.
Is this optimistic, keeping this card? It's a little bit optimistic. The card is really good if I can play it. Feeling optimistic. Got a play, so it's all good.
It's time for a little blood.
His deck has a lot of 2/3s and not 3/2s, which is kind of interesting.
Who you want me killed?
Hello, hello, hello.
Cool. Let's see. I'm only gonna go in. Back to the office. Or this guy. My hand is slow, so I should take a fast guy.
Who you want me
Great, my 2-drop will be able to take out that guy. That's great. Or Dark Iron Dwarf is also good. But if I trade, I can play Ethereal Conjurer, which is really good. Could also do this and this. A lot of good options here. But I'll play the card that's on curve. Upgrade my 5/2 into a 6/3, basically. So I can either have a 6/3 and a 2/2, or I can have a 5/2 and a 4/4. But that plays off of curve, and that's a good 7-mana card. Alright, I'll play this.
want it? I got it.
Let's kill an Ironbark Protector. Sure.
Who you want me kill?
Don't mess with Tusk.
It's time for some runts. Unless it's time for Flame Juggler. If I Flame Juggler, you can't just send all 3 of the 1/1s in. Unless I get unlucky, which is entirely possible. Yeah, runts are too slow. I hate runts.
My eyes are open.
Alright, runts. Get him. Lorne is sad. The Flame Lance might actually be better than Polymorph, reason being, I want him to draw that card again. It's also better for curve. The card's so bad, draw it again.
We have many to seek.
Alright, so I have 13. Do I clear this board? Probably the safe way to go.
For Dalaran.
You can do like a half measure.
Runs out on me.
Separate lines, please.
That was fun, like every single move I did alternated between going face and between hitting a minion.
Well
Snake.
played.
It has to be snake.
Truly a half measure.
I can see. Your soul shall be mine.
You asked for it.
Put the tackle on your head.
It's time for a little blood. You will regret this.
That's a really good matchup for this guy. Gal. Oops, I mean girl. Girl, girl, girl.
It's getting hot in here.
Face. Oh. Gormangar. I wonder if it was a paladin if I would pick Hungry Crab.
Join or die.
Uh-oh. Oh, I have this. That's good.
For Najata.
Sure is a slow hand I have here. soon it's time for Doctor 7.
It's getting hot in here.
Oh my god, face! Oh! Rough.
The light protects me.
This Doctor 7 might not be good enough. I rate this Doctor 7 5 out of 9. Alright, so it's 9 damage on the board. If I had enough time, I would play the tank, but the tank will cause me to lose quite soon. So I'm going to have to play many small cards instead. But I can play this card instead of Little Exorcist, since I'm not about to die. In theory.
One shot, one kill.
We're gonna need some help here.
You want it? I got it.
Arcane Explosion kills the 2 on the left. That's actually not too bad.
No ticket, eh?
Time runs out on me.
Back to the office.
What you want?
You call that?
Well played.
Wah. Well, rough start for the 100 wins in 10 arena challenge, but just have to make it up with a few 12 win runs.